It's Tracey and Noelle. They're gonna make you LOL on 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk.
Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk. This is episode 289. I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my lovely co-host, comedian Noelle Herzog.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to a brand new season up before the 90 Days, season 7, episode 1.
Did you like it?
A little?
Okay, I want to do what we did the last one. I want to know like your
Yes,
first gut
impressions.
reactions. Yes.
Okay. Renee.
Okay. Why is it spelled that way? It's
Okay.
spelled
We're gonna. Oh,
rain?
you know what? Wait. Before we do that,
let's
talk
do a
about
plug.
Patreon. Patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast. And what you're gonna find there right now, we're putting the other way on Patreon. So we're gonna be covering before the 90 days on this regular podcast. If you want to continue with our journey on the other way, make sure to join Patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast. It's right down there in the show notes. So pumped to Vanderpump Rules podcast, Macaroni Rascals, a Jersey Shore podcast.
BS, where we BS
the entire series of unexpected trash talk.
And we were just talking 90 Day Fiancé self quarantine. I forgot about that.
TBT. Also, my favorite podcast, Recycled with Noelle and Michael. Mob Wives, Jersey Housewives, yada yada yada. There's a spider on my ceiling.
I see you looking at it. How big is it?
Tiny little.
I
just want to make sure he stays there because I'm gonna hit him in the face when we're finished.
Okay, I mean you get him in the face now.
Spiders really kind of just hang out.
Yeah, they do.
Like sometimes like I'll go out and I'll come back and he'll still be in the same
I had
place.
a ceiling spider in my kitchen the other day. He was so tiny little. I'm like, I'm not even killing
Okay,
him.
so my new way of killing spiders. You spray them with Raid.
Yeah.
From on the ceiling. They lower themselves on their web and then they die. And then I just pick them up off the floor.
The other day you were like, I sprayed one in the face.
I did. I'm going to spray him right in the face.
Wow.
I'm not going to get any on his legs.
Good for you. Just his face.
Yeah, just his face. He better not close his eyes. I think they have like millions of eyes, right?
I think so. Or is that a fly? I don't fucking know.
There's no way to know.
Yeah, who would know?
Not me. Not you.
There is someone in our group who loves tarantulas. They probably are yelling into the void right now.
Like, oh, don't disrespect their eyes. Spider eyes.
I don't know. I
precious.
said how much I didn't like spiders. She really came for me.
Well, Noelle, you were not respecting her craft and her family.
Spiders scare me. They scare me.
A lot of things scare me.
Especially spiders.
I don't know if spiders is on the top of my list, but a lot of things scare me. And a lot of things make me sad.
They're on the top of my list.
No, I've noticed. I've met you. I am the spider killer in our relationship.
But yet I will kill a fucking water bug in 1 second. I'll come toe to toe with a water bug. I don't give a fuck.
I'll move.
I will kill or trap any other. I mean, I had bees in my house. You saw
I'm
me.
not afraid of bees. I'm not afraid. Like
I am not afraid of any other bug besides a spider. I mean, nothing. I'll grab a centipede with my hand.
Nope. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna stop talking about this. Let's move on.
I just saw this shock go through.
I hated that.
Remember when I drank one by mistake?
I don't want to talk about that. I've never used a straw again. Thank you. Next, if you guys want more of that, go to BS on Patreon and you could just hear all of that. It's just me and all fighting about spiders.
We just fight about spiders.
We should just call it Spider Fight.
I like that
instead of BS.
Tracey's new podcast should be called
I'm sad.
And That's My Problem.
And that's my problem, though.
Yeah. I love it.
All right. So, Renee. R-A-Y-N-E. Rain.
Rain. So it's Renee?
The thing is, your name is just Rain.
I mean, it's just Rain. And
it's just Rain.
That's a better name. Anyway.
It's a better name than Renee, yeah.
Right. It's Renee isn't a name.
Okay, so here's the thing. Your name is Rain. Rain is 37.
Yes.
Lives in New Mexico. She's talking to her chicken, collecting her eggs. She has 130 chickens, ducks, dogs, cats, and 1 horse.
She's a real asshole.
Okay, so
that's
first
my
impression. I was like, oh, they're going to make chickens her whole personality.
Right. I knew you were going to think that.
Talking to the chickens is her whole personality. She's just saying something in passing.
Yeah, right. They're gonna make like animals, her
Right, like okay,
farmer.
you sing songs to your dogs, right?
Yeah, all the time.
If you were on 90 Day Fiance,
Uh-huh.
they would make you a dog song singer.
Sure.
Like that would be your job.
Okay, a dog song singer. Okay, dog song singer.
So
She
I
has, yeah.
there's something wrong. There's definitely something wrong.
I think she's really mean. I think she's gonna be really mean.
I think she has trouble controlling her emotions.
Sure.
When she was talking
People are
about
saying
like,
she's gonna be the new Angela. A lot of people are saying that.
oh, I think that's just because he's from Nigeria.
No, because she's gonna be like crazy about like the sex and like controlling him and that kind
Okay.
of stuff.
Well, we'll see. All right. So she has two kids. She has Devin, who's 8, and 16-year-old Lexi.
Lexi loves horses.
She never got married.
Mm-hmm.
She has 2 baby daddies, and she never even felt love in her whole life.
She's never been passionately kissed. You have 2 children. You have never passionately kissed somebody?
I think you might have. 5 years ago, she fell in love with a Nigerian man online, and they said, "I love you" within 2 weeks. His name is Chidi. Chidi.
Chidi. Yeah.
And she's gonna go to Nigeria to meet him. He's 33. He's from Lagos. He is blind, and he
Mhm.
plays goggle soccer.
I mean, here's the thing. There's a lot
Blind
of
football.
sports.
There's a lot of special Olympic sports.
Yes.
Okay, so it's kind of interesting though.
Yeah, of course it's interesting. What a thought. I never thought about any of this.
Right. So now they're all blind on the team, but they're different levels of blind,
Right. So they all make themselves the same level.
which is all the way blind.
That is
They
wild.
have to wear their nighty masks.
Yeah. That's wild.
And the football has a jingle jangle in it.
That's so fun.
Yeah. When he was 17.
Oh, this poor guy.
I mean, how is this even real?
That's like Sheila with the broom in her ear. You know what I mean? It's like what an apple?
An apple fell on his head
This poor guy.
and hit him in the eye. And then
He fell and hit his left eye.
and it started gushing blood.
And then that's it.
Eyes were not in your future.
Nothing could be done.
That was it. He lives in Lagos, which is a big city, very scary for a blind person.
No ramps, nothing.
And when they were first talking, and he's very Christian. When they were
Mhm.
first talking, she was sending him booty pictures. Why did they have to show us the booty picture?
I didn't need to see it, you know?
I didn't need to see it either. I love how she's sending him naked photos, and he doesn't
can't
say
see
anything
them.
because he can't see them.
He doesn't even know they're coming through.
Right. And she's like,
He's-
oh.
And she's not like, hey, did you get my picture?
And he's like, what? Can you describe it?
I like that when they first started talking, he was less Christian than he is now.
Well, let's back up a little bit. So
Yeah.
she sells eggs and cleans out storage units. So these are her 2 jobs. So she's an egg seller, an egg dealer, if you will. And she's also on Storage Wars.
Yes.
Okay.
These are the 2 things. I wonder how much she gets like for a dozen eggs.
$1.
Yeah. I mean, how much do you get?
I don't know. I mean, listen, I bought eggs today. They were like $12.
I know. I buy those eggs every week.
It's
I'm
insane.
gonna go broke because of these eggs.
Seriously. So she goes to the storage place. Her mother's friend Debbie and Jeanette are there, and then her mother's
Right.
there.
Right.
And I don't want to say she's happy that he's blind, but she's like, yeah, I'm so self-conscious. This is
She
gonna be
feels
great.
free. Like basically, like I could walk around naked and he'll never know.
Okay, but that is kind of fun.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm like, I could be in a bathing suit. I could be naked. I can do anything. I could
You
miss
can
all
eat
the
the
toenails
last
I
piece
need.
of chocolate. You can eat the last piece of chocolate cake.
He would know. He wouldn't even know there was one to begin with.
You could make a whole cake and eat the whole cake.
There are so many things that you could do.
Okay, Matt's blind.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you do? He's fine now, though. He's healed.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And you
So
just
it's temporary.
This is your new life. He's just blind and it's
Okay.
fine. Everyone's accepted it. What are the things that have changed for the better?
First of all, I wouldn't wallpaper my house with wee pads like he does. Because that fucking guy,
You'd be like, no, they're down.
they're all down. Remember,
Yeah.
he would put them like on the table, and you're like, "What are you doing? You have chihuahuas."
He was making a rug out of
Yeah.
wee pads.
He still does it in the kitchen at night. It's
I
so
know, but
funny.
it's like you're not teaching the dogs anything.
You're giving them more free reign.
Yeah, you're like,
I
oh, you
know.
could pee wherever. Everything's a wee pad.
It's so true. So I would definitely do that.
Less wee pads. So you would save money.
Less wee pads.
I would tell him that I clean things when I didn't. I'd be like, wow, I just cleaned the whole kitchen. It's sparkling clean.
Meanwhile, there's mold.
Meanwhile, we're just all dying of some kind of infection.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's so much you could do.
What else? I
What
would tell
could
him I was dressed up all the time.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I would tell him like I did my hair for him. I put on makeup for him, and then describe what I look like very differently than I would be
Right.
looking like.
Yes.
I would tell him I got a fresh pedicure, no toenails to be seen.
I think he would feel them though.
Oh, is he? I mean, not blind Matt isn't touching my toes.
Oh man. I would. You don't have to get your hair done.
I wouldn't have to get my hair done. I mean, really, you really have to like. There's not a lot. I mean, I guess you.
Do
would
you only get
shave.
your hair done because your husband's a seeing person?
No, actually. Right. It's like, well, you wouldn't have to brush your teeth anymore. It's like, well, I don't think that has anything
Really
to do
let
with it.
yourself go. You don't have to shower,
Right. He still has a nose.
guys. And it's probably
Yes.
You know,
He's a bloodhound.
I am also a bloodhound because I can't hear very well.
Here's the thing. I just have a really good sense of smell. It's not
have a
because
good sense-
my other senses don't work.
It is because my other senses don't work. I cannot hear.
I know you can't.
If there's other
Yeah, I know you're really fucking fun at parties. Let me tell you.
I can't hear if there's background noise.
If there's people talking, she can't hear. God forbid there's music on and people talking. She's gonna have a stroke.
No, I don't have to have a stroke, but I can't hear you.
Yeah, it's like just don't talk to her. Talk to each
Listen,
other.
You could talk to me all you want. I can't answer you.
At my birthday, someone, maybe it was Lindsay, was talking to you, and I came to ask you a question. You're like, I'm never gonna hear what you're saying. You're like, there's music, there's other people talking, and someone talking to me. I'm never gonna hear what you're saying. It's like, I believe that. Okay, fair enough.
Also, the other problem that I have is if you're facing another way,
Yeah.
I can't hear you. I gotta tell you, I could hear you better than I could hear other people. I think you're very loud.
I don't think I'm as loud as you think. I just
I
think
was with
we're on the
Adrian
same
for-
frequency.
I'll tell you something. I was with Adrian for like a week.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't hear
Yeah,
anything.
but I'll tell you this. Adrian
mom,
swallows
too.
her words a little bit.
My mom too, though. I can't hear her.
I mean, I can't hear a word Suzanne says.
Yeah, I just never ask her to repeat anything either.
I am a little loud, but it's because my octave is loud.
No, it's good for me though.
Well, good. I'm glad.
I
I
don't really
look
say-
at you when we talk.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't look away. I don't.
My
I'm
mom
not, like,
looks
looking
away.
out the window. Yeah, that's annoying.
My mom looks away. Yeah, she does it on purpose.
You always hear my mother too. I feel like I've never heard you say like, "Huh? What?"
Yeah, when
She speaks clearly.
I gotta tell you, I cannot hear anything my mom says. I cannot hear anything Adrian says. I just can't.
Interesting.
I just can't.
Interesting. Okay.
Well,
Well, now that you know about Tracey's hearing,
but my smelling is like extra good, and my seeing is pretty decent.
the other day, Matt
Uh-huh.
opened my seeing is pretty good. My smell is much better than my seeing.
Yes, your seeing is going downhill.
It's going. It's going. Things are happening. I need bright light now. Matt was in the kitchen. I was in the dining room. He got himself a muffin, and I'm sitting in the dining room. I'm like, it's bad. He's like, what? I'm like, whatever you just took out is bad. I smell it. He's like, I am fucking 25 feet away from you.
Yeah, I know. I could smell it too.
I am like, it's bad.
Uh-huh.
And then he looks at it. He's like, there's fucking mold on here.
Yeah,
and I'm
of
like,
course
yeah,
there is.
but there is though. And he's like, that was impressive. And I'm like, yeah, no, I really have a good nose.
I'm a bloodhound,
Yeah. It's like, you're just more sensitive to smells than I am.
but I'm also really good at
Yeah.
smelling.
Oh, no, you are. But I'm saying like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
are
yeah.
more sensitive to
I
smells.
do
Like
not like them.
there's numerous, maybe every perfume in the whole world, except for two that you could smell.
Yeah, even ones I
Yeah.
like.
That's the thing. It's even ones you like.
I know. I really struggle, guys. Listen, not to make this all about me.
Yeah. I mean, you should have seen this morning we're BSing and she's like, I had a face mask on last night and I have burns under my eyes.
I have literal burns still on my
It's just so
face.
funny. It's like, what doesn't hurt you?
Everything hurts me. I'm very
I
sensitive. I'm
know.
delicate like a rose.
This is why she's sad all the time.
I'm sad.
Just sad, guys.
All right. Well, these guys are playing blind football and I can't wear a face mask.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah,
God, they
it's
must be
sad.
so hot. I mean, I can't imagine the heat there.
Yeah, I mean they're used to the heat there.
Yeah, no, I know.
So her mother and their friends are like, I understand that like you're really excited that you don't have to like dress up,
Right.
but like he's gonna need help with a lot of things. She's like, no, he could like peel potatoes, he could sweep, he could mop.
I literally wrote he could peel potatoes. He could.
Do you think he
peel
has the right
potatoes.
equipment? The proper equipment?
But it's like he could peel potatoes. Is that what you need a partner for? To peel potatoes?
Do you usually have a problem?
Right.
I gotta
what's
tell you, I
your
made lemon
issue?
potatoes today. I could have used them here.
I could really use someone to bread chicken cutlets. That's why
You could probably
I
do that by
love
feel.
Matt breads chicken cutlets and he rolls meatballs.
That's all you need.
That's all you fucking need, really. What else do you need?
Nothing. I can't.
Yeah.
I actually can't think of one other thing besides
I
taking
mean,
out
I
the
could
garbage.
peel everything else. Right. Yeah. And taking out the oh, speaking of which, the garbage goes out tonight. Today was a holiday.
Yes, today was a holiday. Mondays
Yeah.
are Tuesdays now. Mondays are the new Tuesdays.
Oh, Tracy.
Oh man. All right. So he goes to church
Right.
and she's not Christian.
She's seen a whole nother world, a galaxy, UFOs.
She believes in aliens and also, just like aliens, the Illuminati.
What the hell does one have to do with
I
the
gotta
other?
tell you, you lost me at Illuminati.
I
The aliens I was
know.
on board with.
Yeah, same. That's
She's
right.
gonna
Remember
show him
when
the
they
truth,
tried to
though.
make us think that like Mike was really into ancient aliens and stuff? Mike and Natalie.
Yes.
Remember? I forgot all about that.
This is what I mean. It's like what was his name? Tyree with the ukulele.
Yeah, it's true. That really bothered her, guys.
Chris with the costumes.
Chris with the costumes.
Guys,
yeah,
stop.
that is true too.
Stop.
And also
Ella with the costumes.
Josh with the hearing, the misophobia,
Guys.
everybody chewing. Mhm.
Well, she's gonna show him the truth about the Illuminati.
How is she going to show him anything?
She's gonna
I
take
would
him
love
to meet
know.
Oprah. She's gonna
Great.
take him to meet Oprah and Gail. So he lives with his sister and her husband. He has no
Right.
job and he has no money, and they
Uh-huh.
feed and clothe him.
His sister's so nice.
His sister's so nice. They wanna take on another?
Yeah, they're like, let's get the room ready for her. Like her sister is so
Okay,
excited.
let's take the room on, but like you're gonna take custody now then.
Right.
Like I'm out. You're not coming. Like I'm not
I
also
guess they
taking
just want
custody
a
of you.
partner for him.
Sure. But he's a born again Christian now, which is the best kind of Christian.
Oh my God, the born again.
Mm-hmm. But she doesn't know that when she comes there, they're going to be staying in separate rooms.
Right.
There's no premarital sex. And
How do you think that she's going to react to it? Poorly?
he said that he's scared of her character, basically, because she's going to flip out. That sounds amazing.
Well, that's it. That's why I think people are saying, because
Yes.
he says that she's highly temperamental.
Yeah, that
And she
sounds
doesn't
fun.
process words. Doesn't process words. That's really scary.
That's a pretty big part of being alive.
That's a big thing to process.
It's a big thing not to process.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I probably would not wait to tell her something like that.
he says he calls himself a full grown up man, though. That was very funny.
He's cute. I like him.
Yeah, no, he's nice.
Mm-hmm.
He calls himself a full grown up man. I'll tell you this. I have a friend,
Yeah.
and she's like, every time I do something that I know is wrong,
Uh-huh.
she goes, I justify it by going, I'm an adult.
I like
pay my own
that.
bills.
Good for her. You had a cute meme up today. It was like you sent this to me, right? Spending my big girl money is healing
Yeah,
my
it makes
inner
me feel better.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. It's so true.
Let's talk about Lauren.
Lauren, who bad person.
Okay.
A
There's
grifter,
something-
if you will.
Here's the thing. Rain,
Yeah, uh-huh.
Rain Renee,
Yeah.
whatever. This guy,
Yeah.
absolutely
This
not.
guy will ruin your life.
This guy,
Renee Rain won't ruin your life. She just
No.
will annoy you.
she doesn't mean to ruin your life. This
No.
guy,
This guy is so calculated and
Yup.
pretends he's a nice guy. Uh-huh.
33 from Vegas. He's a drag queen assistant. He's not.
No,
he's
he's
actually
just
not.
not.
He goes
Yeah.
to drag shows because he has some friends that do drag. Great.
That's the thing. And he helps them get dressed.
He is gynosexual because he likes
never heard
feminine
of this.
and
I've
energy.
never heard of this.
Well, because it's not real. You know what he really is?
What?
He's a
Gay.
hobosexual.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like, I think you're just gay.
No, he's a hobosexual.
What's that?
It means it's a guy who does whatever he's got to do to have somewhere to stay.
Bumsexual, if you will.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've all had futon dick
Unhoused sexual.
Yes.
He wants to date a trans woman with a penis because he likes a female penis.
Okay, that made me laugh because I'm like, I actually kind of really like that because I bet it is a totally different penis. I bet it's taken care of completely different.
Yeah, but what does that say about men? This is disgusting.
Men are disgusting. That's what it says.
So
Men don't shower. Men don't shave. Men don't groom. Men are disgusting. But a trans penis, much different, much more taken care of.
Much more mindful.
Maybe I like trans penis.
Much more cutesy. Much more demure.
Much more demure.
He's shopping
Cutesy.
with his ex-girlfriend.
Right.
7 years ago, they dated.
He definitely
he's-
lived on her couch too.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
He wanted to date a trans woman since he's 7 years old, but he was
Just
with this
kept-
woman.
Yeah, and I think, and then he realized, oh, she doesn't have
Right.
the parts that I want.
Oh no, he was probably like, I need to now move on to someone else that
No,
I can
I
live on their
agree,
couch.
but he's making it like it's because he
Right.
wanted, something.
He's like, I did
different.
not know you didn't have a lady penis.
Right.
And then I found out and I was crushed.
Yeah, it was
If you
just
will.
unbelievable.
He met a trans woman on a Filipino dating app,
Right.
30 minutes from Manila. Her
Right.
name is Faith, and he calls her a lady boy. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Do you think the way he
Mhm.
talks about, the way he always says trans woman, lady boy,
Mhm.
lady, don't you think this is a fetish thing?
Yeah, of course it's a fetish. 100% this is a fetish. That was my first thought.
They
Because
said,
it's like he can't stop saying it.
he said, I love you the first day.
Yeah, I mean
That's not a
that
red flag. So that's
that's
good.
somewhere. That's because he needs
He's
somewhere
a
to live.
hobosexual.
That is because he has futon dick.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So they've been talking for 4 months. He's going to go meet her.
Mhm.
And he's buying her some lingerie, and Esther, his ex-girlfriend, has to pay for it because he doesn't have $1 because he works retail back room. So he's in the basement of CVS
Yes.
unpacking totes.
Yes, totes.
And then that's what they call them.
No, I know it's
Yeah.
funny,
And then he works in a gift shop for minimum wage.
right? Like
he works at a
welcome to Las
bodega.
Vegas,
Yeah.
right?
He's broke.
But that's the thing. So it's like I don't know, get a better job,
Nope.
bartend, be a waiter.
He can't. He's going to live in the Philippines because he can't afford to live in America. But here's the thing. Now,
Yeah.
I understand. I kind of almost understand the logic where it's like, oh, the Philippines has a lower cost of living.
Sure.
You make 1 cent in the Philippines. We saw this. We've been watching
Banana
this show for
chips.
years.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Banana chips,
Wrong.
deli.
Yeah,
No, but, I mean, listen, a lot of different places are like that.
No, you're right though, because even Mary and
Yes,
Brandon.
that's what I'm saying. They made
Yeah.
like 1 cent a week.
Yeah, that's true. It was like 19 cents for a
So-
cell phone.
The thing is,
Right.
he should be bringing American money to the Philippines then.
But also he hasn't told her he's trying to move there.
No, she thinks that she's going to be moving to America. And he's like, oh, actually, that's never going to happen.
Well, yeah, because he could never sponsor her.
Right. He can't even afford to live in America. He can bring her here,
Yeah.
but she doesn't know that he's trying to move there. And he's also homeless right now, actively homeless.
he is just staying at his best friend's house, staying at new friends' houses. It's like,
He's staying at randos' houses.
yes, he's probably
hooking up.
escorting.
Yes.
Wow. Are we on the same page? Oh, he's yachting.
Mhm. He is yachting. He wants to
Yep.
get a job in the Philippines. He's okay. So I like how he's never been on a plane,
Right.
but he's like,
he picks the most far away place.
no, I
too,
know,
to
but
go
he's
to.
like, I basically never really travel. No.
Right. He's a
But he
man.
won't say like, I've never been out of the country. He'll be like, I basically haven't really traveled.
Yeah.
It's like, yes or no. He is cooking shrimp
Mhm.
in the bathroom to get
Mhm.
humid. Let me tell you something. This is also not his house.
Who painted that bathroom wall? They only painted 3/4 of the
You're a
wall.
landlord.
Yeah.
You're a
They
landlord.
didn't
painted
even
it.
go in the cracks. That's crazy. That was crazy.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I come to stay with you
Uh-huh.
and I start cooking things in your bathroom.
You don't even know
And I'm
how
like,
to,
sorry, Noelle, this is my humidity training.
Tracy, he doesn't know how to properly eat fish.
He ate the whole shrimp. He's like, the shell is very hard to chew.
You didn't take the shell off?
Mm-mm. He's like a flamingo.
What is wrong with this?
He's
What
a
do you think's
flamingo.
wrong with him?
He has to be a flamingo. That's the only explanation.
A flamingo. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is something deeply wrong with him. Also, he doesn't believe in monogamy.
Okay. So he goes to his friend's house. This is his
Right.
fake boss,
Derek? Yeah.
So you're working 3 jobs and you don't have $1 and you have to live in someone else's bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay. You
Right.
made someone else's bathroom your kitchen. This is like
Yes.
the Seinfeld episode where Kramer in the shower decides to prep all his vegetables because he's like, the water's already running. He's like, it's just
That's-
saving time.
What was that? My brother-in-law would do that.
So he goes to his boss Derek's house to prep his costumes with her. And he calls her. And he's like, she never had a boyfriend before. So these calls are really important to her.
Wow.
Mhm,
Wow.
mhm. So
He's super sexual. She wants to take it slow.
She wants to take it slow. She
Right.
wants to be in separate rooms.
Right. Okay.
He's not, this is not what he's in it for.
No, he's in it for a place to stay, a place to live, someone
Right.
to live off of.
Of course. So
Uh-huh.
now, oh, this is just like so typical, man.
I know. So they're not exclusive. He
His
doesn't
friends,
think they
so
are.
on the phone, his friends are like, oh, he had so many girls and he chose you. She's like, oh,
Mhm.
great. That's
She's like,
so
great.
great.
That makes me really happy.
And they're like, oh, does she think that you guys are exclusive? And he's like,
yeah,
I haven't really said anything
Mhm.
because he's sleeping around from house to house right now.
Well, that's what it is, though. He's house to house penising.
yes, he doesn't believe in monogamy.
Mhm.
And he is either going to go to the Philippines for 3 weeks or for forever.
He doesn't want to be exclusive even when he's there. That's the crazy part. Even when he gets there and he lives off of faith, he doesn't want to be exclusive.
Mm-mm.
This is so typical and triggering of a man.
Of course.
Mhm.
Well, he also brings a test. She has to pass this intelligence test.
I mean, come on, see, but this can't be real. This is a ukulele.
It has to be. He brings a $50 wedding band set.
So you're not even going to be monogamous when you get married?
No. Okay. This is my big problem.
Tell me.
Esther.
Uh-huh.
She's wearing a wine-colored burnout shirt
Uh-huh.
with a teal bra underneath it.
Uh-huh.
And her front teeth match her bra.
No. I know.
Why?
I don't know, but
Is it
have
like a fish
noticed
tank where
this.
you have to clean the algae?
Maybe she's just algaed.
Also, he's going to the Philippines for either 3 weeks or forever with not one checked bag.
Well, but that's the
You
thing.
didn't even bring your hot pot?
What's with this
Your
guy?
hot plate?
You didn't even bring your shrimp?
You didn't bring your shrimp head that you're still chewing? He probably did. He probably has it in the pouch of his cheek.
He is gonna really hurt his intestines bad.
It's not going to be great.
Yuck.
Moving on to Tiger Lily.
What do you think of her?
She's so off.
I mean, she is. Listen, as soon as
You know
she
how
was
I
like,
know?
how
Now I know.
her lips, her face,
Eyelashes.
her eyelashes, yeah.
Her
Here's the thing.
eyelashes are inside of her eyeballs.
They are inside of her eyeballs.
Mhm.
As soon as she started, and she's like, "I got pregnant." I'm like, "Oh, by some rich old guy."
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Her hair is ratty.
Her
She
hair.
has-
Why is it the richest people have the worst fucking
They can't
hair?
do it. They
Why?
can't do it. I don't
Why?
know.
Because like you're in the Hamptons all the time. How many bad hair extensions do you see?
I mean, it's so bad.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the richest people.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Yeah.
She's watch shopping. She buys a watch for $26,000.
Okay. So like, what kind of money do you have?
She probably gets a crazy amount of alimony.
But that's what I'm saying. There's like
Mhm.
this girl that I follow on TikTok. Her and her husband just broke up and she was like a sugar baby. They were together for like 5 years. And like, that's the type of money she had.
yes.
Yeah. And it's like, this is pretty crazy.
So she got pregnant. She got married. He was fancy. He was rich.
Very
She also had
controlling.
more than one kid and doesn't say anything about it.
Well,
She
that
tries
okay.
to like hide
and where
that
are
she
your
has-
kids?
Where are your kids? she said that it took 4 years to get divorced. What does that mean? It took 4 years. How long were you married? I
guess
don't care how long it took you to get divorced.
I think they were married for 10 years. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that they were married for 10 years and she's been single for like a year just because of like little things that she said. But you're right. She never is like, I have 2 kids. I have 3 kids.
No.
Right.
So she meets Adnan. He's 22 years old. He's a model from Jordan and they video chat. They've been together for 4 months. Now, she is also a fake handwriting expert.
I mean, I'm like, we're never going to hear about this again either.
Never. Because also when she's pretending to analyze his handwriting, she's just reading off of a website.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Probably like an app.
Yeah, this girl has never looked at handwriting a day in her life.
She doesn't even know what handwriting means. Also, her computer is propped up by an empty Louis Vuitton box.
That's funny.
So she's gonna go to Jordan to marry him in a week.
But she's gonna sign the paperwork the first day.
Yeah, then the 2 days later they're gonna have the celebration. So she has her life coach Stephanie.
But this is just so they could smash the first day. That's literally the only reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's getting married so they could kiss.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like so you could be alone in a room with him.
Right. Now, also, there's no prenup. She doesn't know if he has any money.
And won't she not get alimony anymore if she gets married again? Because that happens a lot of times. Like you don't get spousal support.
It depends on what their agreement is.
Yeah, maybe that's why it took 4 years to get divorced.
Or maybe she's getting crazy child support.
Oh, right. But where are her kids? She never talks about if she has full custody.
Well, she really trusts this guy. And she said that there's literally no risk because she just trusts him.
Well, that's also the thing. No risk.
No risk. She is wearing a green dress with cap sleeves in the like her little intro.
Yeah.
It's a maternity dress.
Is it?
If you look at the waist, there's that little bit of ruching that they have in maternity dresses.
Interesting.
That is a maternity dress all the way.
How interesting is that?
Just saying. So now she's having a bachelorette party and her only friends are her service providers. We've seen this before. Chantel.
It's like, okay, right.
Her
so your friend is your twerk instructor. Right. She's like my injector, my hairdresser, my esthetician.
My colonic man.
Right.
She has basically you have no friends. You have no friends.
Right, because she was never allowed to have friends.
Sure, that's
her
why.
Husband was controlling.
Yeah, that's why.
No, I think it's because you're out to lunch.
Yes. So her 2 friends are going to be going with her. He's going to have a 200-person wedding, and he hasn't asked her for any of her input. Yeah, I don't know if you've Googled Jordan.
Right. Well, that's the thing, and it's also like,
and not the guy from New Kids on the Block. The country.
But also, why are you bringing a man with you? Because you know that this is going to be a problem.
This is not going to be great. Yep. So they got her lingerie, and they didn't want to get her crotchless because they didn't want to be disrespectful.
They got her brown lingerie. Let me tell you something. If you got me brown lingerie, basura.
Oh my God.
In there.
I've seen Noelle throw out her birthday gifts. Anyway,
I mean, who wears brown lingerie?
Well, she doesn't know if he's a virgin or not. And her ex really wanted her to dress provocatively. So, because he wanted her to be arm candy. So she was a yacht as well.
She is supposed to be, honestly, like what Shekinah was supposed to be.
Right.
I think. I
mean, what are you going to do? And this guy wants her to cover up. So she loves it. Okay, great.
Right. But they're like, so you left a controlling relationship to get with a controlling person. And she's like, what?
Huh? I can't hear you. There's no risk.
What are you talking about?
Let's move on to Brian. He's 51.
The star, really, of the episode.
He's from Illinois. He is an Uber driver. He has been in a wheelchair
since he's 27. 27. That's so hard.
He got shot in the spine in Chicago. When he was 19, he had a baby. He was married for 3 years, and then he was carjacked, shot in the spine, and he became a quadriplegic.
But he says, I got home and they were waiting for me.
Right. So also, why are they're showing him get dressed?
Yeah. Why?
Why are we doing this?
I just feel like
they want us to know that he has an ostomy.
Oh, interesting. I just thought, they just like to embarrass people.
They do. They do.
Uh-huh.
Well, he plays wheelchair rugby. He was on the USA team. He traveled everywhere and he really liked Brazil. He learned Portuguese and he became a wheelchair rugby coach.
Not for nothing. He used to be pretty hot and he's still pretty attractive.
He is
Right?
not bad.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at him like, first of all, he is for me when he was younger, not because of the
100%.
wheelchair. I'm saying like he could when he was in the wheelchair.
Yeah, no,
He-
just in
like
general.
he
Yes.
was for
He was good
me.
looking.
And
Yes.
guess what? He's still good looking.
He
Yeah.
is.
Uh-huh.
Well, he said that Brazilian women are open to a disability. Do you think that maybe Brazilian women are also open to an American man?
I was gonna say maybe they're open to moving to America.
Right. And then he's like, yeah, getting married again. And it's like, oh, he met Ingrid. She's 32. She's a single mom, and they've been talking for 2 years. And he's like, yeah, I love her. She's blonde.
Right. She's blonde. She's curvy. She has a great
She's
body.
blonde?
To him, she is.
I mean, the blackest roots I've ever seen.
I know. He needs a lesson on what blonde is.
So he's going to go to Brazil next week, and they never met.
Right. But, he loves Brazil, so it's going to be good for him.
Right. But also, they have not spoken about basically his limitations.
Well, so that's the thing. I mean, not only have they not spoken about sex, but she doesn't know, like, does she have to help him bathe? Does she
Doesn't
have
know
to help him
anything.
do anything?
Why is this not a discussion?
Why
This
is she not asking?
crazy.
Because I have to tell you, that is taking on so much. How
Yeah,
have
but
you
also,
not asked anything?
This is crazy. Well, he's at rugby.
Right, which is really cool.
Okay, it's intense.
I know. I'm like,
did you see how jacked that girl
yeah,
was?
Of course I did. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, of course you must be
like,
jacked.
oh, those are like Michelle Obama arms.
They're flying at each other in these
I know.
wheelchairs. It's unbelievable.
I know. He's like, I already am in a wheelchair. I don't want to break my neck.
But I don't know. I think this is like, must be really good for them.
Well, she didn't tell her dad about him.
Yeah, but I don't think it's because she's like ashamed.
I don't think it's because
no. Yeah.
No, I think it's like when you
also
meet a
don't
stranger
know him.
offline.
Yeah.
You're not like running to tell your family.
Let me
before
go
you
tell
meet them.
everyone. Right.
Yeah, it's like, see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
He got all these gifts for her kids, and she lives in a very remote area.
Right. He's never been somewhere remote. Also, I know that I will say it because I know that you don't love to say it. He can get an aneurysm if he ejaculates.
It was very, it was like, it was very scary what he was saying.
But that's what I mean. Listen, he said a lot of things, but like he can get a headache, this, that, but it's like you can actually get an aneurysm.
You could die.
So basically, the pleasure isn't the ending. It's just the sex, I guess, that's good for him. But he wants to not finish because it's dangerous.
Yeah, this is scary.
And also, I didn't know that it's like some have to use Viagra, some don't. Some can perform like this, some can't. Like that's very interesting.
Yeah. No, that was scary. That was very scary.
No, I know.
We find out he's been married 4 times.
Okay. 3 Americans, 1 Brazilian.
And a few failed engagements.
Right.
And they're all to much younger women.
Safe to say he's the problem.
You
Safe
think?
to say.
Men are men are men are men.
But this is what I'm saying. This is a case study of men, this show.
This whole show, it's like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
You're
matter.
all the same.
You're all the same. Tracey, they're all the same. I did an experiment today. They're just all the same.
I know. Oh, I know.
You know what I mean? It's just like, and this guy, it just goes to show you that you can be disabled. You can be anything and you can still suck.
Oh, yeah. That has nothing to do with anything.
No, I know, but it's so weird because it's like, you think like, okay, this guy has been through so much in his life.
He's humbled and he's probably like really grateful for the women in his life.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's like, oh, no. You've been like this for 30 years.
Yeah.
And you've
a few failed engagements.
Women all younger than him.
You're proposing to everyone you meet.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, we meet his daughter. I love her.
Okay, first of all, she's beautiful.
She's so beautiful.
Second of all, her hair is perfect.
Amazing.
I know. I thought the same thing. I'm like, this girl is gorgeous.
And she really has all her marbles, it seems.
She's so nice, too.
She's
yeah.
so nice.
Mhm.
She thinks that he's rushing things. And he says that, just because he got carjacked, there's a lot more to that story.
Yeah, it was probably like he robbed someone or whatever. He was
or
probably
blood
a
in, blood out.
gangbanger. Right. But it's like, I don't know. It's more like he's like, I'm getting older. I'm not going to want to travel so much. This is my last shot at love.
Yeah.
All of these people on these shows always think this is their last shot at love.
Yes. Yeah. Like, especially, okay. If you ever watch Love is Blind, a lot of these girls are like 25 and they're like, well, what else am I going to do? It's like, well,
You
clearly nothing else.
you wouldn't believe how long you have to deal with bum ass men.
Oh yeah, no,
You're
it's
going to be dealing with them for the rest of your life.
it's gonna
Actually,
be great. Don't worry.
yeah.
Put
Don't
your
worry.
helmet on. It's gonna
25.
get.
Wait till you're 35.
Wait till you're 45.
Wait, because I got to tell you, you're not marrying the guy at 25.
No,
You're just not. You're
I
just
mean you
gonna
could, but you're gonna do it again to
You're
someone else.
You're ready for a life of bummetry.
A life of the hobosexuals.
Yeah, just like that guy, Lauren. This fucking guy. I bet that's not his name.
It's definitely not his name.
It's not his name. You know how I know? Because he came from a conservative family in Washington.
Yeah, really.
His name, you know what I'm saying? His name is
not
his name is like
Lauren.
Adam. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
His name is Gregory.
Right. He
name
probably
is
grew up
Chad.
privileged too. Yeah, okay, Chad.
Oh God, this guy.
I hate this guy.
I hate this guy too.
We're gonna meet more people next week.
We're gonna meet more people. I don't know if I'm ready for it. I hope you guys are. If you want to continue our The Other Way journey, you know where to go. Patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast. If you want to talk about this show, this podcast, whatever, 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk listeners on Facebook. It's the group. Answer all the questions and you'll get in. You can talk to us and all of our other listeners as well. Make sure you follow the podcast at 90 Day Podcast on Instagram and Twitter, Trash Talk Podcast on YouTube and TikTok. Follow Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Follow me at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. TraceyCarnazzo.com for everything podcast related and all of my upcoming stand-up comedy tour dates. And we'll see you next week.
Sounds great.
Bye.
Bye.